Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today, let's talk about my January TBR, or pile of possibilities, with a round of roller reading prompts. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm gonna start with a bookish surprise that I got when I got home from New Year's celebrations up north. My sister and brother-in-law have a cabin, and our tradition for my family is to spend time up there together. It was a great weekend, played games, had a lot of reading time. It was great. But I am really glad to be home, and I am very excited to come home to this. Full disclosure, when I saw this, I was very certain that I knew exactly what it was, and I had absolutely no idea that it was anything besides something that I ordered. However, I picked it up and it was heavier than I was expecting, and I thought, why is this heavier than I was expecting? Honestly, it was a book that I was waiting for. It was a paperback book, so I could not for the life of me figure out how I had in my head that it would be okay for me to order a book that was this heavy in paperback, and I was a little bit miffed with myself. I opened it, saw the top item, and immediately was scared that I grabbed somebody else's package, but I was kind of jealous of them. But then I looked again, and it was addressed to me, and I was like, all right, this is probably not an accident, right? So I shut it, and I am assuming that this was sent to me from somebody, and I'm going to find that out right now. So let's see. There we go. There are gift receipts. It says, a little something for you to enjoy in the new year, from Beth. Oh, Beth, you are a wonderful subscriber, and I just really love chatting with you down in the comments a lot. You just are so sweet, so kind, and this is further evidence of that. The first book, this is the book that I saw, and I was so thrilled. Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I actually have already read this, but I read a library copy of it, and I adored it. I adored this book so much, and I want it on my shelf, and now it is, and I'm so excited. So thank you so much, Beth. And I don't know what the other book is, so Funny Story by Emily Henry. I'm going to read anything that Emily Henry puts out, but I've loved everything by Emily Henry that I've read. Some more than others, but I've absolutely loved everything. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story, how they met, fell in love, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He was really good at telling it right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra, which is how Daphne begins her new story, stranded in beautiful Waning Bay, Michigan, with friends or family, but with a dream. Without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex. That's what it was. It was like exes, whatever, coming together. There was a library aspect to it. Like, just all the Emily Henry. Please, I love it so much. Thank you so much, Beth. This is so nice of you. Absolutely unnecessary, but very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Now let's get to the TBR. So, in terms of challenges this year, I am doing the buzzword challenge. Both. She's doing a cover, Kayla from Books and Lala is doing a cover challenge as well as a title challenge this year. I'm going to try both of them. I don't know. I'm really thinking I just want to do at least one of the two, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have challenges with 2 book clubs in real life, and then an online book club that I have challenges with. And I also did put out a call for my 12 Recs by 12 friends. One of the books actually works for the buzzword, and so that's probably the one that I'm going to choose. So I'll get back to showing that in a little bit. So let's start with the book clubs first. The Cupcake and Chapters book club that I attend in real life is reading Good Luck with That by Kristen Higgins. And I don't know anything about this book. I'm kind of excited to dig into this. I didn't realize that it wasn't a new release until I was talking about it with my sister, and she was like, oh yeah, I read that like 2 years ago. And I was like, it wasn't out 2 years ago. And she was like, sure was. And sure enough, she was right. She usually is. Don't tell her I said that. Book Club After Dark, which is my library book club, is reading the first book in the Veronica Speedwell series, and that is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn, and I am so excited for this. I have been meaning to get with this series, to try this series for the longest time. I know Amy from A Star Reads read it. What I remember her saying about it was all good things. I can't even think of all the people that I know that have read and enjoyed this series. So I'm hoping that I will as well. I love this cover. It looks very gothic, very historical, which kind of does worry me a little bit. Historical mystery isn't usually one that I gravitate towards, but I do love a good cozy mystery, and that should be this. So excited for that. Then my Silent Book Club online, our theme for January is Australia, because Australia Day is in January. So we are reading books by authors that are Australian or books that take place in Australia. Destiny from Desi Reads and I are going to be reading a book that takes place in Australia together for sure. And that is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. And I've really been wanting to read this book for a really long time, so the fact that it takes place in Australia is very intriguing. I may or may not try to pick up some Australian authors as well. Then the buzzword. So for the buzzword, we have the title is Lies or Truth, and I got this book from Destiny. She read it and loved it. I got it with our Christmas book exchange. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It is a hoot and a half. It was so much fun. We exchanged books, did a whole bunch of blind dates, and it was a ton of fun, inspired by some of our dear BookTube friends. And Destiny gave me this book completely coincidentally, and not by Destiny. This book was one of my 12 by 12 recommendations for 2025 on my Instagram channel, and that is Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. It's like a It's a murder mystery. I'm just going from Christmas cozy to dark. Apparently, that's just what's happening. I don't know. So definitely this is on the docket for the buzzword. In terms of the cover challenge, the challenge is patterns. I don't know that I have that. So that was my 12 Recs by 12 friends. That was my buzzword, and that was my buddy read. And then I've already talked about the buddy read. Destiny and I are going to be reading Everyone on This Train Has Killed Somebody for January. So with that being said, let's see what I need to read for my roller reading prompt. This is the wrong one. It doesn't really matter. It's just not colored. This is the colored one. I just like it. It's prettier. It's been a while since I've done this, so let's go over the rules. I'm going to roll the die 4 times. The first time is going to tell me what the cover color is. The next time is going to tell me something about when it was published, or yeah, they're all when it was published. So it's going to tell me when it was published. the next roll is going to tell me the audience or the length, and then the next roll is going to tell me the genre. And I can complete this with one book, or I can complete it with 2 books, or I can complete it with 3 books, or I can complete it with 4 books. It really just depends. The challenge is to complete them all with 1 book, but I don't hold myself to that. But the goal is to cover all of my roles with that. So I would really love it if I could get a blue for my cover, because I for sure have one of those. I also have a red cover in here, so that would work as well. Yeah, we'll see. So let me get a piece of paper. I have a piece of paper, I have my pen, and I have all I need is books, mug with my die. So, roll number 1 is 2 orange. That's literally the one that I said I didn't have. No, I can't really make that work. Actually, what color is... Everyone on this train has killed, or everyone in my family has killed someone. That's red, isn't it? Okay. Two. So 2 it... Oh. 2 is written before 1950. Why? I don't like that prompt. That prompt is dumb. I'm just kidding. Rule number 3 is 4. So that means... Oh my gosh. I need a book that is 150 pages or less. These are so weird. I am not going to be able to find anything that has all of these, so that's fine. All right, and rule number 4 is a 6. Okay, so 6 is nonfiction. So my challenge is to read a book with an orange cover written before 1950 that's 150 pages or less and nonfiction. I don't know that I want to read a nonfiction book that was written before 1950, so I'm probably going for 2 books here at least. Maybe more. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Oh, man. If you would like to try roller reading prompt, I will have a PDF connected to this video down in the description. You could absolutely put your own things in the columns for your roller reading prompt. You're just looking for 4 different facets of the book that you choose. So, what are you reading in January? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I love chatting with you down there. Commenting, liking, and subscribing really help my channel grow, and I so appreciate you for doing that. I hope you're finding something wonderful to read, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.